we have for you the wonderful, the enigmatic Dane Baptiste.
Dane Baptiste, Saving Live Comedy on this day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you. It's been a while. How are you guys? Are you good? All right. Another round of applause for Al Murray, pub landlord. All right. I kind of hesitated with the elbow there because I'm worried he'll judge me as a pub landlord, because when I go to pubs or bars, I have a bit of a thing. I like cocktails. Like, that's my thing. I really like cocktails. The camper, the better. Like, you can put, like, a dildo in a drink, and if it's pink enough, I'm drinking that shit. Like, that's how much I love cocktails. I find them delicious. I find them fruity. I find them scrumptious. You're right to laugh in the shadows there, because ask yourselves, when's the last time you heard a 6-foot black guy use a word like scrumptious? You see, white guys, there's words that we can't say too. Because that's the conversation nowadays. People are like, why can't I say the N-word? It's not fair. If you understand how iniquity works based on the color of your skin, then you know why you can't say the word. You know, black people have reclaimed the N-word. Just like, you know, the LGBT community reclaimed the word queer. They can say it, I can't say it as a straight person. In the same way that I said to the guy before having this discussion with on the internet, the place where all good arguments happen, you know, in the same way that you may have an intimate relationship with your wife or spouse where you get to call her a dirty whore and spit in her mouth. I can't do that. Unless she's at work, the dirty slut. Get the fuck off my Twitter. So, I mean, it's a tough thing, you know, because scrumptious is a great adjective. I like using the word, but normally if I use that word, I get judged because of how I look, which is fucked up for my comedy career, because I want to use words like scrumptious. Because if I can't say scrumptious, well, how the fuck am I going to do Bake Off? All the comedians do Bake Off. I want to do Bake Off too, but I have to keep up airs and graces because I'm a 6-foot black dude from South London. So when they give me like a red velvet cupcake, they're like, hey, Dane, how does that cupcake taste? And I'm like, oh, it's yeah, it's all right, you know, bruv, still, yeah. Proper wicked in that, you get me? Nice buttercream icing and that, and as you can see, the sponge is soft and moist, like a wet-ass pussy. You can't use that kind of language on Bake Off. They do not serve wap cake on Bake Off. 'Tis a shame. You know? It's kind of hard having this secret shame as well, because it doesn't play well for my social life, because sometimes I'll go out on a weekend, you know, back in 2018 BC. You know what the C's for. So I'd go out with my friends, go to a bar, I get a hankering for a cocktail, approach the bartender and be like, yes, may I have a rum punch, please? My friends be like, what the fuck did you just say? Oh, I said, can I have a rum before I punch someone in the face, bruv? Yeah, you get me. Toxic masculinity and that, you know. No feelings and that. I don't know. I mean, I say that, I don't have friends. I chose the money. Also, I've never been a fan of nightclub culture, because I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this. Most people here based in London, you know what it's like when you go into a nightclub, toilet cubicle, and then by some magic, you leave out of a newsagent, because there's always a guy in the toilet selling you lollipops and chewing gum and aftershave and a freestyle if you ask nicely enough, which is absolutely fine. I encourage entrepreneurship whenever I see it. I just don't know when lollipops and chewing gum became essential items for the nightclub experience. Because if I worked in a nightclub toilet, and the way things are going with comedy, I might end up there, I would sell things that people actually need, like lines of cocaine, Viagra, various antibiotics, the morning after pill, an alibi, things you need to enrich your clubbing experience. And I bring up the morning after pill because I've been thinking lately, I do not think it's fair that the responsibility of birth control lies with women alone. That's right, to all my bareback ladies in the audience, yes, that's right, follow me on OnlyFans. Looking for love, the kind of love that doesn't require a condom. That's the kind of love I want. Oh my God, Dane, I'm so wet. If you say so. Anyway, I'm just saying, you know, it's not fair, especially because there's a massive double standard. Because now, men, we can get Viagra without prescription, no questions asked. But you ask any woman in here about trying to get the morning after pill, oh, it is a Spanish Inquisition. Who have you been with? When were you with them? Why are you such a whore? No one does that to men. They're never like, what's wrong with your dick? Grow up. Can't you buy a Porsche, bitch? So I'm just saying, we're at a point now, socially, I think it's time for change. Gentlemen, we can at least arrive at a compromise. We know ladies enjoy chocolate from time to time. The least we could have done is made chocolate-covered birth control. Be a sweeter pill to swallow, right? Kind of like an advent calendar, but you know what's going to happen every day? Saying, wouldn't it be nice for your lover maybe to approach you, like you're sitting with your partner right now, and he's like, baby, happy birthday. I know tonight's special. Hotel's reserved. Champagne's on chill. And also got a box of Cadbury's Precautions, just to make sure we're having fun. And guess what, baby? No nuts. So, just an idea I had, I guess. Do you remember 6 months ago when Brexit was the only thing we had to worry about? Those are the good days, halcyon days. Did you ever think that 6 months later, J.K. Rowling would become a figure of hate? I did not think so. Although, any Harry Potter fans in, by the way? Yeah, cool. Some of you are pieces of shit, though. I say this because, I've not read the books, only because I'm an adult, but I did watch the films, great films. And one of the films I saw in particular was Order of the Phoenix. Now, if you haven't seen this film, plot spoilers ahead. Now, as we all know, he who must not be named comes back. And Harry does the responsible thing of getting a group of child soldiers to form a paramilitary group to fight against the dark arts. While he's doing that, he strikes up a friendship with a lovely young Asian girl called Cho Chang. And you think everyone would be happy about that, but no siree. A lot of Harry Potter fans were very upset about this and started sending the poor actress racially tinged hate mail, saying stuff like, "You fucking Chinese bitch, stay the fuck away from Harry." Now, first of all, you're reading a book with unicorns and dementors and half giants, but you've got a problem with Chinese people. There's more of them than anyone else, so it's representative. Also, if you're going to fantasize about being in a relationship with a middle-class white boy with glasses who goes to a secret boarding school in the mountains, there's a chance he's going to have a fetish for Asian women. It's called a gap year. So, yeah. I'm trying to use my platform nowadays, given the social climate, to try and move away from stereotypes that inhibit my personal growth and, tend to lead to the oppression of my brothers. Because there's always this image that we are constantly angry black men and we don't feel anything else apart from anger, as if we don't feel fear. So I want to try and buck that trend now and be very open with you guys about my fears. So, here goes. I, Dane Baptiste, am very scared of roller coasters. You may laugh, but have you seen the kind of people that control and operate roller coasters? They are many things, but they are not engineers. Because you'll remember, most of the time, you see roller coasters are being operated by teenagers. And if you ever met teenagers at work, they don't give a fuckity fuck about their jobs. Because normally when you're a teenager, you are too old to enjoy a theme park on a superficial level and too young to have a proper job because you lack the experience and qualifications. So normally you have to work in leisure or retail or hospitality, and that shit is soul destroying. So when you see a teenager, they're normally angry because they're spending their summer watching other people have fun, when what they really want to do is finger people. And you can't finger people at a theme park. That's what fairgrounds are for. No. The other reason I don't like theme parks is because I'm the oldest male in my generation of cousins. We'd all go to a theme park together. The girls go and do their thing. The boys stick together. My two male cousins go in the first row in the roller coaster, and I have to sit by myself next to a stranger. And you know what's scarier than being on a roller coaster? Being on a roller coaster with somebody who goes on roller coasters by their fucking selves. Now I'm dealing with this and a teenager that don't give a fuck. Like, have you ever seen a teenage lifeguard at a public swimming pool or a Lido and seeing how little of a fuck they give? Like, you can see a shark eating a baby and be like, "Hey, this shark is eating this baby." They just go, "Hey!" Third reason I hate roller coasters, because normally you go on a roller coaster, you come off the roller coaster, you go through the souvenir shop, they put the pictures up, and if you look scared, where I'm from, you're the bitch for the summer. Not the day or the week, the summer. So I'm on this roller coaster, the bar comes down, and it's not very tight. And I'm thinking, I'm kind of okay, but if we go upside down, I will die. So I tried to alert the technician. I'm like, hey, this ain't working. He's like, hey! So then I say to this other guy, I'm like, hey, man, my barrier's not so tight. Is yours okay? He's like, I like mashed potatoes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, Lord. So then the roller coaster begins. And you guys ever heard that death knell when the roller coaster's going up to the precipice of the first drop? And it's like, ging, 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 ging. And I'm like, why the fuck would I put myself in this position? I was born in South East London. I'm in danger when I leave my house anyway. Why'd I put myself in deliberate peril just for kicks? This makes no sense. I don't know who this guy is. Gotta be a man for my cousins. The camera's there. Then we get to the top. And it rides like, gung, gung. And I'm like, come on, buddy. Oh, shit. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want... It's okay. That's stupid. So I think that's about my time. I just want to say, guys, I really appreciate you guys supporting here on Zoom. Please follow my OnlyFans. And to the rest of you, I really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting live comedy. Please do all you can. Please donate, because that picture is what happens if we don't save it. So, I mean, I have hair, but is it worth it? I don't know. That's not the best picture of me. Anyway, this has been wonderful. I've been Dane Baptiste. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you very much.
Dane Baptiste.